Hey guys, so I'm going to talk about driver, and this is my favourite drill that I will often do for myself whenever I'm struggling with driver, but also very much in lessons. Now, you do both of these exercises and movements, you will actually notice not only will the quality of your drives improve, but also your distance is more than likely going to improve. And hand on heart, there are examples of golfers that come here and they will find anything between 12 to 20 yards once they've done these sort of series of exercises. So the first one is that you need to make sure is that you're getting good width. Okay, now, lots of golfers don't realise they're doing this until I tend to highlight it to them either online by doing video analysis or in the face-to-face lessons. Now, one of the problems is if you lose width, which basically means, should we say, your arms get a little bit too bent. Now, the problem is if your arms are too bent as you start the downswing, the club comes down too steep. And this is the reason why golfers end up leaning back and they can't break that habit. So the first thing that we have to do is you have to make sure that when you swing back that your hands are as far away from your body as you can possibly do and make them. And the way you do that is you've got to massively use your right hand or your trail hand. And what you've got to do is when you're swinging back, you've got to feel like your arms stay very straight, okay, as I'm demonstrating here. And then as you advance the club up, you've got to make sure that your right hand is pushing that left arm away from you, very much in that backswing position. And if you can do that, that will start to introduce width to you, okay? And that means that club head will now be traveling much wider, which then means that you can start turning through the golf ball to give you the distance as opposed to being reliant on that leaning back motion. So that is exercise number one to keep an eye on. Exercise number two, okay, where golfers really struggle is this through swing position. And what I tend to see are golfers that move this way and they look like so. Now, the dilemma here is this type of motion is going to make you hit too much down on the ball. And the problem is, can you see the way that my upper body is over and ahead of my lower body? So we need to turn this position to this and to, again, width, like so. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to, again, practice against, this time against the wall, and think about your width. So if I stood, say, 2 feet away from the wall and I produce a swing, like I say to my students, if you sort of move where your upper body goes over your lower body, you're going to plough that club head into the wall, or you're going to end up sort of doing this to stop that from happening. If you can go more up, okay, like so, and then you can also release the club fully without ever worrying about hitting the wall. So if I went into the wall like so, see the way I'm here, not like this, and just make some practice swings. And then what you can do is once you've made some swings against the wall and you've made some swings thinking about your width, then you can just start to sort of finish off that little practice session by just thinking about your club head. And what tends to happen to most golfers is they start hitting some shots and then they're really focused on trying to get the club head as high to the sky as possible, as opposed to, again, something like this where it's all low and floppy. Get that club head nice and high, and that's going to make a massive difference. That's my favourite drill for driver. You really need to work on it. I'll see you soon.